Ms. Bennett, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for one. You need to understand that this charge is going to go on your record.
This isn't your average slap on the wrist DUI in Texas. This charge is basically tattooed on your legal soul forever. Dead or alive, it follows you.
To be there for the rest of your life. It's going to be there, it's even there after you die. This is important because you ever get pulled over again, officers, all they do is they look at your background. And if they see a lengthy background, it's just not going to go well for you. It doesn't matter if you're falling down, piss ass drunk. No, the mere smell of alcohol or dope, you will probably be looking at another DWI. What we're doing today, from now on, here in Harris County, you are facing, or in Texas, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand? No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. So if I were you, whatever you're going to do, don't get into a car because it's a humongous liability that you're in a risk that you're taking. What Max is asking me to do is to take off around $3,500 worth of fines and fees. The idea is that we all make mistakes, right? But you can't keep making mistakes where you endanger other people's lives.
Real talk, $30 for an Uber or your freedom on the line. What would you pick? Because this judge, she's done hearing excuses.
It's not fair. When it's so easy to hit one damn button on your phone for $30 to $40, you have a car waiting to take you anywhere you want to go on this. Do you understand? I want you to understand one more thing. It's unacceptable the way that you have been treating us here in court. You were ordered to get an interlock. You have not had an interlock since August. It's not.
Judge, she did have it installed. There was
if it's in lockout.
I understand. And there was
it's as
issue with the money and all that, but yes, sir, we understand.
But you don't wait. If
you communicated it with me, I didn't realize there was another option, Judge. And so I'm definitely taking the heat on that. So I came in to see if we could.
I'm not going to let you. You were old enough to know that if you're ordered to have an interlock and it's not functioning, you're going to upset a judge. Do you understand?
Judge,
just
I'm gonna have to speak on that one, okay?
Yes.
Because I definitely communicated. I said I've been employed my whole life. When this stuff started happening, especially with the stuff with the other situation that happened going on, I let him know that I can no longer afford it. I didn't know there was another option.
And I neither. I told her we need.
But
since August, she's been in lockout, Max.
I have not drove. I Ubered everywhere I've been.
It's true.
I have.
And I helped her with that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah. She did.
So now I'm self-responsibility for it, and I just don't want you to think that I just deliberately disobeyed an order. I didn't have a choice, and I communicated it with him. I'm taking full responsibility. So for you to tell me that, oh yeah, I am old enough.
If you see, and the lawyer has been notified, and still nothing is coming of it, you got to come to court. When you have an interlock, it's supposed to be operational. And when it's not, that's a bond violation, and it's a continued one,
I understand.
Look,
I'm taking full
I'm
responsibility.
preparing you for the future,
Yes.
Hopefully there is none, but you can't keep it.
Also, before all of this and the federal thing, she never been in trouble for. So this has been like.
No. I have an assault from 2010. I've got an ag assault in 2009. I've got a gun case.
That's not just a poetic line. A DWI turns your car into a weapon. And the court? It's trying to stop a tragedy before it hits the news.
In 24, so it's not our first rodeo. It's not.
Okay.
And just.
She's like really upset about
The idea is we all make mistakes, like I told you, but don't make a mistake. I'm sorry. It's not a mistake. They're actions that you take, and you're old enough to know that actions have consequences, right? Especially when you're dealing with alcohol and a 3,000 to 5,000 pound missile that you're in. You could cause catastrophic injury, and that's what we're trying to prevent.
I understand.
All right. I am going to waive the fines and fees now, but you need to understand on a second offense, it's a minimum of $6,000 in surcharges and fines and fees if you pick up another DWI. So when people continue to make actions where they endanger other people's lives. It gets extremely expensive, not to mention costly with jail time. You understand? All right. The agreement you've worked out is 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement today, you can never change your mind. You can't say, well, I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know this. Once you plead guilty, it stays like this forever. Do you understand? You still want to do this? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to it. I'm going to waive your costs, your fines and fees. There is a license suspension that is attached to this. I am going to suspend your license. I'm going to suspend it for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck, man.